What's what?
Big people. I mean adults do.
What?
Adults do.
Oh, well, there we go. Hey everybody, we're back with another episode of Beauty and the Beard Bedtime Stories. I'm the Beard.
And the beauty.
She's a beauty. Well, we're excited. We got a cool story. We're about ready to go. Let me see. This is called The Chalk Giraffe, written by Kristy Paxton. So we're pretty excited about this. We just got this from the library the other day. All right, Kate. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Chalk Giraffe. One day I drew a giraffe out of chalk. My giraffe came alive. He could eat. He could talk. Bringing him to life. I'm alone, he cried out. There's just gray all around. So I drew him a tree. Growing up from the ground, my giraffe liked that tree. With leaves blowing in the breeze, they tickled his nose and made him sneeze. But I still could see that his face looked forlorn, peering out from among the acacia tree thorns.
Whose name is Katie? Whose name is Katie?
Actually, it's acacia tree thorns. Excuse me.
Hey, whose name Katie?
Your name, Katie.
Yeah.
Right?
And Lyndon's cousin?
And your Lyndon's cousin.
Hey,
Oh, huh?
not me. I mean one of Lyndon's other cousins that's named Katie.
Well, why don't we read the book and we'll talk family tree a little bit later.
She has two cousins named Katie.
Yep. Her cousin's coming to visit next week, so next week some of our videos may have a third person involved if we can get my niece in on it.
Oh, I know.
How about we finish reading the story? Let's go. My giraffe would not laugh. Instead, he just said, "I am tired and I can't use cement for a bed." So I drew him some grass, and it was bright green and lush. And soon the night came, and it was all a hush. So they're drawing a tree now and drawing a bed. All right. Till my chalk giraffe gave a deep, grumpy sigh and then waited for me to make a reply. "What's the matter?" I asked. "It's too dark," he protested. "I need a nightlight to get well rested." All right. Cool. All right. So I drew him a zillion bright, white, chalky stars, and later a sun coming up from afar. "Too much," Giraffe grumbled. "It's so bright, I can't see. Draw me some shade under my tree." So now we're drawing shade on there with the tree. Pretty cool, huh? Alright, well, I've had enough, I said, dropping my chalk. "I wish I'd never drawn a giraffe that could talk. Instead of saying thanks, you made rude demands. So goodbye, Chalk Giraffe. You've had your last chance." Wow, she's getting a little aggravated here. Alright, so I rubbed that giraffe right with my shoe, and the stars and the sun and the tree that I grew. Get your finger out of your nose, girl. There we go. Alright, but that night I kept thinking of all my artwork, or of my work of art. Sad thoughts settled deep down in my heart. I really missed that grumbling giraffe, and I knew I still loved him. Laugh or no laugh. The next morning, I leapt up awake. I picked up my chalk to fix my mistake. So she's getting after it. She's got her chalk. She's ready to go. Alright. I drew a sun and some stars. And acacia. I think it's how you say it. A-C-A-C-I-A. Acacia. With thorns. And my frowning giraffe from his feet to his horns. But this time I noticed a twinkle in his eye. He seemed full of mischief. I wonder why. So we think his giraffe's up to something now. He's got that look in his eye like he's about to shake things up a bit. You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then Giraffe grabbed my chalk, and I suddenly found I had stick legs and arms, and it was stuck to the ground. "Come," said Giraffe, "and look down from up here. The world looks quite different than it would appear." So there we go. All right. So I proudly showed off my tree climbing talents. and scaled his long neck with a great skill and balance. And finally, perched between his two horns, I surveyed this new world, and I too felt forlorn. I saw what he saw, and it looked kind of lonely. He needed more friends to make his home homey. I know what's missing, I cried out with glee. This world needs much more than just you and me. All right. So she's up on top of the giraffe looking around. So Giraffe and I got to work right that minute. We drew zebras, a buck, and a small spotted genet. We drew snakes up in the trees and tiny dung beetles, a lounging leopard, and 2 sprinting cheetahs. So they're drawing all kinds of animals to help populate their little group there. Oh. And a rhino with horns, and elephants with trunks, and a croc with a grin looking for his lunch. There's still something missing, Giraffe whined without end. Will you ever be happy? I asked my chalk friend. But still I could see from Giraffe's point of view there was something absent, a giraffe, number 2. So, sounds like we're going to get us another giraffe. That might make everybody happy, you think so? Yeah. You elbowing me? Yeah. So I let my chalk friend draw another giraffe. It looked just like him except that it laughed. I sighed with relief, and it had taken a while, but our work was now done. Giraffe finally smiled. So I climbed right back down his long, furry neck till I was to him just a small, tiny speck. Just crawling down here. When I left the chalk world, my giraffe didn't flinch, but I think that I saw his right eye move an inch, and I knew at that moment we'd created great art. And I was glad that I'd let my giraffe play his part. Get your finger out of your nose. Come on, man. Sit down. We're almost done.
I told.
Oh, cover up. Oh, that was the end of it. And I knew that at that moment we created great art, and I was glad that I'd let my giraffe play his part. That was a good story. So this book is dedicated to Davy and Johan and Emma, who helped finish this story when they were supposed to be having a bath. So that's pretty cool. Got all kinds of chalk figures on the back of it.
Yeah,
this is neat. Huh?
I have a best friend named
You took a bath tonight, didn't you?
Yeah, but I have a best friend named Emma.
You know a person named Emma?
Yeah. She's at school and school care with me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I had a student named Emma last year.
She's Emily's best sister.
I don't know who Emily is.
She's in my class.
Well, you act like I know all the kids in your class.
Daddy.
I know some of them.
Daddy.
What? Get that crusty foot out of my face.
How
All right,
many
listen, we got to say goodnight, okay? And
Good
again,
night.
listen. Again, this was the Chalk Giraffe by Kristy Paxton. And we appreciate you reading with us tonight. So tell a friend about us.
Good
and
night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
I remember the days of just keeping time, of hanging around